Hold on, baby gangsta!
I wanted to talk with you guys about what's going to be coming up on the channel over the next while, and honestly, as always, I'm really excited to play some of these games and go back to other games as well that I already played as well, which I'll explain what that means in this video as well. We're currently playing Your Turn to Die in the time slot, which is the Saturday, Monday, and Thursday time slot, and that time slot is usually 11 p.m. Irish time, and that happens 3 times a week, and I'm having such an amazing, incredible experience with it. Yes, it's brutal. Yes, it's sad. There's also happy moments, but I'm always like, I always feel really blessed that a game can make you feel this like connected to it, you know, and that's one thing I love about playing games with you guys as well, is that I can feel connected to these games, and you guys show your connection to not only the playthrough, but also like the game itself too, and we get to discuss that and stuff. It really feels like it is a really great experience all around. It's not just the game itself, it's the community aspect, it's the feelings we get from the game. It's a really, really great game. Taking our time going through it, love it. Absolutely love it. It's incredible. After that, I want to go back to Last Defense Academy for one route, and I'm not sure what route I want to take, but I'm thinking I want to do the route of, I think, again, spoilers for Last Defense Academy, you can skip to this point if you don't want to hear anything about it. There is like a route where like you can choose to fight against Last Defense Academy, I believe. I think it's something like that, and I want to kind of try and do that maybe because we never got to do that. We choose to instead like to go against the Academy, and that might be a really cool thing that we could do as well. But yeah, I want to go back for one route. I've missed the game quite a bit. It's one of those things where I stopped playing in October because I felt like we were playing it for a bit of time. Again, there's not a problem because I think like Last Defense Academy is always going to be part of the identity of the channel. I love that, but I was like, let's take a little bit of a break and come back to it. And I don't want to leave it for too long either, because while like I wouldn't mind playing it 6 months from now, I think there always is a chance if we leave it to like August, then I'll be like, well, we left it to August, let's leave it to December, and then all of a sudden it just never gets played. And it's not because it's not an incredible game, but because as humans we do that. We push things away sometimes, not because we don't want to do them, because sometimes just like things fall down or things fall to the side. It happens so many times. I have things that I love all the time where I'm like, I'm going to play Final Fantasy, I'm going to replay Final Fantasy 12 tonight. And I can't wait to do it. Then all of a sudden I don't get to do it because I like push it to do something else for a second and do something else. It happens, right? And I don't want to like leave it until like later, to the point that like not only is it one of those things where it's not like still fresh in our minds, because it is still fresh right now, but it's also one of those things where I don't want to have the chance of it being left to the side because I love that series. So yeah, we're going to go back for another route of Last Defense Academy. Then after that, we're going to be playing a game called Expedition 33, which is, I think it's Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This is a game that like I've heard about for a while, but everyone's always like, Calvin, you would love this game. You would adore it. Because I'm a big RPG fan, but also I love stories and characters and all this stuff as well. So everyone's been like, Calvin, like, I can't believe I haven't played this. But legitimately, guys, there's some games I don't play sometimes where I'm like, okay, maybe this might be a channel game, or sometimes just games that aren't on my radar. So I specifically did not engage with anything to do with Expedition 33 like I do with a lot of games. A lot of people ask how I avoid spoilers. Really, like, it's like, for me, it's one of those things where I don't interact with games outside of my circle. I don't interact with games that I don't really know. So, like, they never show up on my feed that often. Like, Expedition 33, of course, showed up because of, like, all the, you know, news about it or whatever like that. Like, and people were, like, buzzing about it. But I didn't interact with anything. So, like, I don't know anything about the game beyond that it's an RPG that has a lot of emotions in it. Obviously, you see some screenshots here or there. But it's one of those things where I just, like, yeah, going into it completely fresh, and I actually can't wait to try it out. It's going to be like probably a long playthrough, but then again, like, I got time. I got all the time in the world. You know what I mean? We can do that. No problem whatsoever. And I'm excited for that too also. And that's what's coming up in that time slot. It's going to take a bit of time to get through all of those things. But again, as I'm saying, like, for me, it's like I'm not going anywhere, right? And while you guys, of course, like halfway through Last Defense Academy might be like, hey, I like a few of you might be like, I'm dipping. That's fine too. You have free will, whatever. But it's also one of those things where like I'm taking my time through all these things because I want to like savor every bit of the experience of all these games. And I don't like to think about how long things are happening either. I just said it because obviously it's the truth. It's going to be a longer playthrough. But even when we were playing Last Defense Academy, people were like, you know, this experience is going to be long. But my response is always the same thing, which is like, I don't think about the length of the game as I'm playing it. I just think about the experience of that singular episode as we're recording it. Right now I'm in that world. Right now I'm living in that world. I know it sounds cheesy to say, but I love to just like get immersed to the point that like I am fully within this world, and that's all that's like matters in that moment. So yeah, it's one of the things where I don't really mind that whatsoever. In terms of the other time slot, which is the Tuesday, Friday, Sunday time slot, we were playing Portal in that time slot, then we played Portal 2, then we played Half-Life 1, then we played Half-Life 2. And we just finished the main game of Half-Life 2, and of course there's the other things that's happening with that game, which is the episodes. Now, before I say all this stuff, I want to make sure everyone understands this. Two things. First of all, Half-Life 2 is incredible. It's so freaking good. It's so amazing. People are already like clutching their heart and I'm like, oh, what's he gonna say? It's Half-Life 2 is incredible, right? It's an amazing game. It's absolutely amazing. I had some problems with some parts of it, but like it's to me it's like a 9.5 out of 10. It's absolutely insane. The other thing is as well is that I will play the episodes. I want to make that clear. We will play the episodes of Half-Life 2 and episode 1 and episode 2, right? That's what they're called. We will play those episodes, but not right now. The original plan for me, legitimately, I finished Half-Life 2, was like, okay, so I'll play the episodes, I'll take a day break and I'll play the episodes. Then it was like, okay, I'll take 3 days and I'll play the episodes. That should have been a sure sign to me that something was maybe up in my mind about this, because I was like, okay, we'll take 3 days. I went from 1 day to 3 days, which is nothing wrong with that. If I want to take a few days off, like, you know, people understand that. It's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But it was one of those situations where, like, I then, one day, as I finished uploading everything, I thought about playing it then in 3 days, and it's interesting because I love Half-Life 2. Half-Life 1 is incredible. And you could say maybe it's external factors, it's factors surrounding the game, maybe it's like some stuff as I was playing it, like in terms of like a mentality or whatever. I'm not going to get into like, you know, specific things with it because I feel like it's just not really, that's not really the point. But what I would say is that like I lost kind of like a bit of motivation to play the episodes. It's one of those things where like I got credits on the main game of Half-Life 2 and I was on such a buzz. I thought it was amazing. I edited the video, uploaded the video to Patreon and YouTube members, and then I just legitimately was just like, I don't feel motivated to play the episodes right now. And I think it'd be a big disservice to the game if I went in and played the episodes when I'm not motivated to play the episodes. I think it'd be a massive disservice to the game and a disservice to me. Like, I'm just saying from my experience as well, it'd be a massive disservice to me because then I'm thinking to myself, because then what's going to happen is I'm going to be always thinking about another game, right? Because it's even if like there's a chance you could say, well, Calvin, an hour into Half-Life episodes, you're gonna be like back into the buzz of it, right? 100%. But I also think as well, I have to like go with like my feelings and my gut. And if I'm not motivated to play right now, I don't think it's fair on you guys, the series itself, or me to play a game that I'm just not motivated or like really buzzing to play or really excited to play. And it's every game on this channel like that was lined up like I'm excited to play, right? I'm just buzzing. I'm so excited to play Claire Obscure, Return to Die. I'm so excited to continue this. Go back to Last Defense Academy, Honkai Star Rail, Genshin. I'm also excited, but it's just unfair if there's just one game that I'm just like, incredible game is Half-Life 2, but there's a aspect of the experience that I'm like not motivated to go back into Half-Life 2, the episodes right now. As I said, I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, it's an amazing game, because you guys have seen my playthrough. I think it's an amazing game. It's just the motivation's not there right now to do the episodes, and I want to play them when I actually have the motivation to do so, and I'm actually having like a good time as well. I think that's probably the best course of action when it comes to that series. So it'll be a big, long break. I'm not sure when. I'm not going to give any promise on dates. That's just the end of when it comes to that. In terms of that time slot as well for Half-Life, I played the Tomodachi Life demo, Living the Dream. And that episode's going to be coming out Tuesday. It's already up on YouTube members on Patreon, but that's going to be coming out Tuesday for all of you guys. And yeah, it's going to be public, so you don't have to give anything if you don't want to, but it is on the lowest tier Patreon and YouTube members if you do want to check that out. But it will be coming out Tuesday for you guys. And then next week, on the Friday time slot, we will be continuing to play Tomodachi Life. It's one of those things where I got the demo, I played it, and the plan was to wait until I saw your guys' reaction to what we're doing here. Like, because you never know, people might be like, oh, I'm not really into this. But it was one of those situations where, like, I played the demo, edited it, uploaded it, then I went, I kind of want to play more Tomodachi Life, so I bought it. And now we have it. And I kind of want to play. I don't know how much we're going to play, but, like, it's going to be, like, probably a chunkier playthrough just to get through, like, a lot of stuff and see some fun stuff here or there. I definitely, like, I'm excited to kind of, like, for you guys to see my characters and also as well to have some fun with the shenanigans that happened on this island as well. And you guys know as well the word to describe this is shenanigans, so I think it's actually really perfect in that sense. But yeah, like I'm super excited to play this game. I hope you guys are super excited to see this game. It will be starting on Tuesday publicly. It's up on YouTube members and Patreon for the lowest tier right now. And then it's going to be in that usual time slot of what the Half-Life time slot was up until that point as well. Yeah, I'm super excited for that too. In terms of Honkai Star Rail, this is something that's obviously going to be like a lot harder to like, kind of like, I guess, get around. But for me, when we catch up to Honkai Star Rail, we will be still playing Honkai Star Rail. I want to say that just like end of, there's no doubt about it. Now, the Honkai Star Rail Trailblaze missions. I always get mixed up all the time. I get Archon mixed up with Eon. It happens all the time. But yeah, those missions are usually like, for me, there's sometimes 4 or 5 parts, right? So they will take up like sometimes gigantic portions of time slots, even like weeks of gameplay and stuff like that as well, right? Which is fine. That's the thing. I want to make that clear. It's perfectly fine for me. Like I'm not going to be worried about that. We will be playing Zenless Zone Zero when we catch up to Honkai Star Rail, right? But the way I'm going to be doing it is I'm not going to be so rigid with the time slot on the weekend where if there's a Genshin update, we'll play the Genshin update. If there's a Honkai Star Rail update, we'll play the Honkai Star Rail update. And then we'll be playing Zenless Zone Zero as like a series then going forward. And the thing that might happen even with Zenless Zone Zero is it might even be like, 1 chunky video every week, 2, thicker videos every single week. Or it might be, as I said, 1 big chunky video. I'm not sure with that completely, but I do know we're going to be playing Zenless Zone Zero when we catch up to Honkai Star Rail. We're not leaving Honkai Star Rail behind. We're playing all the updates that are coming out. And here's the thing, I want to play like events too, of course. We're going to be playing the stuff that's happening, and of course it's going to be what I want to play of it, but we're going to be playing every single Trailblaze mission, of course, when it comes out, 110%. And anything like that's, that catches my eye in between. We're going to be playing the Genshin update still, and you might be like, Calvin, how are you going to handle this? It's by being more like, still having a schedule, but being more casual with it, where I don't have to be like, I have to upload a Honkai video if I don't upload a Honkai video now, I'm donezo. It will be a thing where when a Genshin update happens, we'll play the Genshin update. When a Honkai Star Rail update happens, we'll play the Honkai Star Rail update. And then in between then, it'll be like, say there's 1 week where there's no Honkai new stuff and there's no Genshin new stuff. Then I can be like, oh, let's get like creative and be like, I want to do a Honkai Star Rail video on this. I want to do a Genshin video on this. So it's like going to be one of those things where it's not going to be so rigid, but it's still going to be played no matter what. And yeah, it's not going away. Honkai Star Rail is not going to stop. There's no way I can leave this world behind. It's not done. And I want to make it clear as well. I know that I'm not even close to catching up because here's what happened, right? Here's what happened. As I started Amphorius and got a little bit into Amphorius, they started another region or another planet. And already, apparently, the people are like, the quests are still very long. So it's going to be one of those things where, like, by the time I get to, like, whatever act it's on now in the current world, I imagine that I'm going to, like, still not even being close to being caught up. It's going to, like, be another act that comes out. It's going to take a while to catch up. And I think it'll take, like, months and months. But I just wanted to make people clear what's going to happen there. I want to put people's minds at ease. Because I had the same thing when it came to Genshin. I had people asking me, are you going to stop playing Genshin once you catch up? The answer is hell no for Honkai Star Rail and hell no for Genshin. We're not stopping playing those games. They mean the world to me. And yeah, things might change with the schedule as we get closer to time. I might try to make things like on the channel like a little bit more streamlined altogether. But right now I'm having like an absolute blast with the channel. And the way I would describe it is like, I think I'm doing the healthiest form of the channel that I've ever done. If there's a way I can make it like even like, more comfortable, I will 110%. But I feel like it's one of those things where like, for example, I take more like 1-day breaks where it's like, okay, let's not record a video in that series today. Since we finished the series, let's like take 1 day until we start the next series. I do that like all the time now. And like, while you might be like, Calvin's like, oh, well, you're very lucky to have your job. 110%. This job is the greatest job in the world. But I think it's also good to like, pace ourselves and like make sure we're doing like, okay, let's take a time here and then come back in the next one and do that. But yeah, so everything's going good. Everything's going nice. Things might change in the future, but again, I'm having a great time with the channel as well. If you want to see these videos yearly, it's on YouTube members or on Patreon for the lowest tier, which is €1 or whatever it is in your currency. If you want to have your name going across right now on the screen, that's €10. And if you want your name read out as a shout out verbally at the end of every single video, that is €15. And that's the highest tier on my Patreon and YouTube memberships as well. First, the patrons. Thank you so much to Typharo2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasparian, Neo Showright, Leah 200, Malcolm Gunday, and at the highest tier of my YouTube members, Blasco and Lucinagi. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.